Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful piece of scripture, Psalm 33. This is a devotional brought to you by the UNFIJ team, and honestly, in a world that feels so shaky sometimes, this psalm gives us a place to find a real, lasting anchor. So let's just start with this question because it really gets to the heart of it all. We're living in a time of just constant change, right? Headlines are different every hour, and even the plans we make for ourselves can just fall apart. So where do you put your hope when everything feels so uncertain? Psalm 33 doesn't dance around this feeling of instability. Not at all. In fact, it kicks off by admitting a truth we all know deep down. Our own strengths, our systems, our big, grand strategies, they're often not as reliable as we think. They can, and a lot of times they do, just come to nothing. So let's dig into that idea, our unstable world. The psalm talks about God bringing the counsel of the heathen to naught. We see this play out all the time, don't we? You see these big political strategies or global plans that promise the world, and then they just crumble, leaving us feeling kind of anxious and wondering what's next. Okay, so if our own plans are so fragile, where are we supposed to turn? Well, this is where the psalmist does this beautiful pivot. It moves us away from the problem and points us directly to the solution. It invites us to take our eyes off our own limited power and instead focus on the infinite, incredible power of the one who made everything. Just listen to the incredible, effortless power in these words from Psalm 33, verse 9. For he spake, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. Think about that. This wasn't a struggle for God. There was no trial and error. He just spoke, and the entire universe appeared. That's the kind of power we're being invited to trust. And here's the thing. That creative power isn't just something that happened in the past. God isn't some distant creator who made the world and then just stepped back. No, the psalmist shows us that the very same power is actively at work, right now, guiding human history with a plan that cannot fail. This comparison right here from verses 10 and 11 just makes the contrast so stark, it's like night and day. On one side, you have human plans, which God maketh of none effect. But on the other side, you have God's plan. His counsel standeth forever. That's the real difference, isn't it? The temporary versus the eternal. The futile versus the unfailing. So, when we really let that sink in, that God is both the all-powerful creator and the sovereign king of all history, what's our response supposed to be? Well, according to this psalm, it's not fear, it's not anxiety, it's actually joyful, confident worship. The psalm actually opens with this very call to worship in verse 1. Rejoice in the Lord, O ye righteous, for praise is comely for the upright. That word comely is interesting. It means it's fitting, it's beautiful, it's the right and proper thing to do. It's the most natural response for anyone who really gets who God is and what he's done. Now, this is all powerful stuff, but the real question is, how do we actually apply it to our everyday lives? So let's just boil down the wisdom of this amazing psalm into 3 really practical, actionable steps for building our trust in the Creator King. Okay, let's break these down. First, acknowledge the Creator. This is an active thing. It means that when you see a sunset, you don't just see pretty colors. You see the handiwork of the one who spoke light into being. Second, trust the plan. This is all about what we do with our worry. When that anxiety about the news or your own life starts to creep in, you make a conscious choice to replace that fear with the truth that God's plan stands forever. And third, respond in praise. This one kind of flips the script. Instead of waiting until things go well to be thankful, we make praise our first response, choosing to thank him for his power and his plan, even when we're right in the middle of the uncertainty. The psalm closes with this powerful declaration from verse 22. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. Wow. This is both a prayer and a profound statement of faith. It's like it's saying that our experience of God's mercy is directly tied to where we place our hope. The more we choose to anchor our hope in him, the more we open ourselves up to his mercy. What a powerful message for today, right? Trusting the Creator King is all about shifting our focus from the shifting sands of human plans to the solid rock of God's eternal purpose. This devotional explainer was brought to you by the You Need Faith in Jesus team. Thanks so much for joining us.